And welcome to New Hampshire Motor Speedway here in the Next Gen. It's my favorite car to drive on the track, even though it has a lot of issues in real life. I'm joined here tonight by Russ. Russ, what do you think we're going to see here tonight at this track?
Well, it's the first race here of the playoffs for these next gen guys, so I'm sure we'll see some pretty good battles amongst the top guys in the playoffs right now. But from what I'm understanding, man, this track is a little slick tonight. Guys are having issues coming off of turn two, getting real loose, going down and slamming that inside wall. So we'll have to see how these guys are able to manage that loose condition on corner exit. I mean, track temp not terribly hot, but still just a little bit on the loose side for these guys here so far.
Yeah, with this track, this is kind of one of the tricky ones. You're never really honestly in the track. You're really just skating on top of it most of the time. But that's going to be interesting to see how these guys handle it. Um, it's it's an annoying track because you can't pass. You really can't pass low. You're gonna try to have to pass high more than anything else. Let me see if I can get it to show the race info. Just still showing not gold right here. So let me give a refresh to the overlay before we get going here.
Yeah, so this has always been one of those tricky tracks, especially for me, because it's like, it's one of them flatter tracks and really low banking. So it always makes for kind of a little bit of a spectacle when it comes to racing on it. But these guys are getting ready to take this green flag coming down here near turn three. We got Zach Lockett starting on the pole, Truth Hope starting to his outside, Andrew Teff starting in third, Kensley Smith in fourth, Alice Gates in fifth, Steve Luttrell in sixth, but I believe he is going to start in the back of the pack. Timothy Eisbrin, Dennis Kane, Barry Nelson, Richard Odie, Troy Thomas, Alex Teff, Kirby Wainscott, Terry Fennell, and Trevor Fettig going to round out this field here tonight from New Hampshire. We're going 120 laps. These guys are getting ready to go. The green flag is out, and we are running here in the first race of the playoffs for the Races Elite Next Gen Cup Series.
This car is going to be super, super slick in the first turn. I think everybody kind of realized that. Looks like most of them just backed off and decided, like, hey, let's not go in there guns ablaze and just see what happens. As most of them did fan out.
Yeah, you get these cold tires. Get these cold, fresh tires. It's going to be slick for quite a few laps till they start heating them up and getting some wear into them.
The guys get pretty high up on the track, and the whole reason that they're doing that is the goal is try to get kind of a straight shot coming off the corner, really kind of carry your momentum, get back to the throttle a little bit sooner than everybody else, or be able to get back to full throttle than everybody else. That's why you see guys way up in the track. There is a point, though, to where it's a little bit too high on the track, and they'll kind of find that out. Car will just kind of take off on them after that, which will not be a fun time at all.
Yeah, we're going to see guys running up there. You see Kensley Smith in the 15, Alex Gates, Timothy Eisbrin. I mean, all them guys running up there in what would be called that third or fourth lane up there. But we might even see some guys running what I like to call that diamond pattern, where they kind of enter low, drift up high, and then low exit out. But not sure how that's going to do on these tires, but also causing that loose condition coming off that bottom on the exit.
It looks like it's settled down so far right now. I'll set the camera to kind of roam on its own. Looks like we got the 28 and the 78 kind of fighting side by side with each other. That's when it's rolling around on the bottom, trying to get a move done. Now, if you're going to get a pass done on the bottom, he should have slid up when he had a chance. You kind of have to just, somewhat gun it down in the corner. Just honestly kind of try to pull a slide job, even though this track, it's hard to do it because it's so flat. And there goes the 28 around almost. Nelson saves it.
Dennis Kane loose there too. I said that's been one of them. That's been one of them problem areas I've seen during practice. Is that exit of turn two, guys just getting loose and pounding that inside wall.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a bump coming off it too. Guys will hit it. It doesn't really matter if you don't hit it, too hard, but if you hit it hard enough, it just really upsets the car and it just shakes it all around, and it's just not fun. So these guys have got to kind of watch that a little bit now.
That's going to be interesting to see how these guys do as this race progresses. I mean, like I said, this is one of them tricky tracks, and there's a few guys here that I know like these shorter flat tracks like that. I mean, Zach Lockett out there leading right now. Truth Hoke, he's usually always pretty good at these, mile flat tracks like that. And Andrew Teft, I mean, you can never count him out at this style of a track either. So some guys can get it figured out better than others.
See what if guys figure it out later on in the race, or if it just kind of stays the way that it is, or you get a runaway for them.
Yeah, I mean,
See,
I was talking with our race leader a little bit earlier before the race started here, and that's what he was kind of saying was, he was hoping that he could qualify on the pole, kind of get himself a little bit of a gap there where he could just kind of manage his own race, because the fuel run here is going to be pretty interesting tonight. I'm hearing, 55 to 60 laps. We got a 120 lap race, so if this thing goes green, it is potentially a one stop race here for these guys, but they're always there's that fuel saving concept. So that's what Zach was talking about a little bit earlier, was trying to get himself a decent sized gap where he can kind of maintain that and save a little bit as the race goes on.
looks like everybody's kind of getting a little bit bunched up. They have dropped 5 to 6 tenths off of what they were running at the start of the race, so that pace has continued to slow down just a little bit. Not a lot, but probably something to keep an eye on because of that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
These tires, once they wear kind of weird. I can't remember. It's been forever since I've driven this track, but the way I kind of attacked it is I was honestly kind of probably a little bit too aggressive getting in the corner, and then I would just tend to stay high. I wouldn't let it wash up. I would stay next to the wall immediately to begin with, just because I wanted that security. I felt more secure up there. I didn't really want to have to go around anybody. Even if people entered high in the corner, I was still trying to enter even higher. It's kind of it's a game of, how high will you go? Will you go higher than me? Well, let's just find out here. Because some guys will be doing that. We haven't seen anybody move up too high on the wall. There's a certain point, where you can't go any higher.
Yeah, I mean, usually when I run here, I try to, I prefer the bottom. I've never been really consistent with running that top, but I don't run the bottom. I might run that second or third lane there that we're seeing some of the guys using, like Zach Lockett currently, like running that second to third line out there. Truth Hope's kind of running right there, so that's usually about where I try to run, because if I try to go on that high side, I end up in the wall more times than I can make it around a corner.
Heck, it's just a game of where your car really handles too. If you stay on that bottom for too long, it tends to start to try to kick the rear end out, just because you've got so much wheel in it trying to get back to the throttle. It just doesn't like it. But
yeah.
Other times, I feel like staying up high, you can really cook that right front too if you're not careful and you get really aggressive trying to get back to it. But it just depends on the driver really more than anything else.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about that comfortability. That where are you comfortable enough to be able to run?
Sure on that. Like, can you just slow down just a little bit more so you keep seeing time drop off? Fuel, if I had to guess, they're at probably 75% fuel, so they're going to make it to probably about lap 50 to 60. I'll give them laps 66 maybe is when they'll pit. I have a feeling I'm going to give them being pretty generous, though, so it may honestly be shorter than that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I was talking to some guys before the race, they were saying, some guys were saying about 56 to 58. Others were saying closer to 60. So it just kind of depends on what their fuel saving strategy is going to be for this race. But there is that potential for, if this thing goes green, to just be a one-stop race. But I'm sure the tires are going to come into play too. So I'm kind of figuring that most of these guys are probably going to plan on a two-stopper just to keep those fresh tires on.
And the thing you got to factor in, especially with running these cars, is that they're not going to be able to run full speed the whole entire time. Like, those tires are going to wear. They're going to be just a little bit slower overall. So it'll add up on the laps. It won't add up just flat out flying on it, but it will definitely add up.
Oh, for sure. I mean, again, when I was talking with Zach before the race, I mean, I think he was talking about, like, over the course of like a 15 lap run, he said his fall off was like around a half a second to 6/10. So yeah, the fall off of pace is definitely real significant.
They only did that in real life. Because they don't. Because how the cars are made, it just kind of messes with everybody else.
Yep.
Hasn't been pretty calm though. Biggest mover. I mean, 3 people are tied for it. Richard O, Troy, and Alex Steph. They're both up 3 spots right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this track. Really, once these guys get spread out, I mean, the passing is quite difficult. I mean, you'd think on a shorter track like this, at a 1 mile track, the racing would be a little more hopping, but it really does. It kind of gets difficult to make those passes as the race goes on.
A little bit of a battle here. Andrew Teft is trying to get around Alex Gates, and looks like he's able to do it. Alex hanging that rear end coming off the corner. Now this is where, if people run officials, turn 2 is where you see everybody spin out. I mean, I have never seen more people spin out trying to get off of 2 than anything else.
Yep.
That's because there's a pretty decent sized bump there, but a lot of guys, they just take it full throttle and then they just spin out and wonder why they spun out. But that definitely is a trouble corner, so we'll have to watch it as these tires wear. If people start doing that, you see Gates trying to get as high as he can to get a run on Teft.
Like I said, during practice, I watched so many guys on so many consecutive laps just really losing it there off of 2. So definitely going to be the problem area tonight. I think I didn't see it quite as much off of 4 as I did off of 2.
Did get that position, fastest car on the track. Lockett's running 30:54 to 30:77, so he's definitely got the pace right now at the moment, keeping it up and good. Got clear track in front of him, so he can also probably keep his brakes a little bit cooler than everybody else too.
Yeah, just almost 3 seconds now over Truth Oak there in that 55. So this is exactly what Zach said he wanted to do, get himself a nice sizable lead there where he's able to kind of manage his car just a little bit better and not have to push as hard as or harder than what he would like to. See Kinsley out there tonight in a little bit of a different paint scheme than what we're used to seeing him in out there in that Sprite sponsored car. Usually we see him in some kind of a Michael Waltrip type themed car and running just a little bit of a different scheme tonight.
The guy need to give him a paint refresh. For me, he still has a silver Citgo car.
Oh yeah, no, I got him out there in a green Sprite car right now.
It's a very, very bright car. I don't think Sprite's ever sponsored a car now that I think about it. I think they've stayed out of that sponsoring. There's been some weird companies that have sponsored in NASCAR before, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But hey, money's money. They'll take it. Kinsley almost puts himself in the wall. That'll give Andrew a huge run down the front stretch.
Get that pass made. Kinsley's going to try to look for a crossover, but I think the gap's just too big there. Now he's just going to fall in line behind that 98.
Yeah, and the crossover is something hard to do. You have to have a lot of momentum, pretty much a lot of momentum if you're going to do the crossover. You can't just do it with no, somebody is around. I don't know who it is. I heard tires screaming somewhere. I guess I'm just hearing stuff, but I definitely heard maybe a lockup from somebody, possibly.
I would say I have nothing on my screen, and I'm set to focus on crashes. So.
Yeah, I heard something. I don't know what it was.
Guys are getting pretty well spread out here now, even a little bit further back in the field. Timothy Eisberg way up the track, kind of running again like a semi-diamond pattern there. I just saw kind of went in the middle lane, went right up by that wall, and then came arching himself back out about that third lane. So different lines being run here now that we're 25 laps in.
Yeah, and that's kind of honestly one of the best lines to run. Like if your car will do it, that diamond pattern is a killer for guys that can't do it, because you just get so much momentum. You can get in the corner aggressive if your car rotates. You get so much speed through the center, and then you just absolutely shoot off after that. But some guys' cars, they just will not do it.
Yeah, and it's really easy to cook your tires doing it too. If you overdrive the entry just enough, where you're more really pushing on that right side going up, could be kind of a killer. Now we see the 92 and the 78 getting together. 78 is going to hold on to it. So that's always a risk too of kind of overcooking your tires by running that diamond pattern. But the guys that can get it done, man, they can really use that to their advantage.
Andrews. Lockett's still 3 to 4 tenths faster than everybody else. However, Andrews got into fresh air. That time he was only 2 tenths slower, so possibly he just needs some time to get settled back in a groove, possibly for him.
Yeah, I mean, Locke is just, we always say with him is locked in, lock it, and he's kind of locked in right now. I mean, that gap now up to 4.3 seconds over Truth Hoke. And then Truth's got about just under a 6-second gap to Tef back there in that 98 and third. So Truth and Zach have got this place figured out early on.
Watching Tef still going down the front stretch here. He's just kind of cruising right now at the moment.
Yeah, Andrew's usually always really good at tracks like this. You know, like here in New Hampshire, Phoenix. You know, he just kind of settles into his own little groove there, and then by the end of the race, he's up there fighting for the win. So, if this thing stays green, it'd be fun to see if he can make up this gap here and work his way to the front.
Need to see if he has the time to make it up. That is, there's a good chance that he just doesn't have the time to make it.
Yeah, either that or gonna have to go with a kind of a maybe a bold pit strategy here. I mean, I don't, track like this here, I don't ever like the idea of going only 2-tire. But maybe it's something that Andrew's gonna maybe give some thought to, but we'll have to see.
Guys in the back of the pack kind of gotten grouped up. I don't know if everyone's struggling back here or if something else is happening, but they're all definitely bunched together. And Alex, that rear end moved around when he downshifted there. That was not a good sign if you're the driver of that car. You kind of get a little bit nervous if you see that happen.
Yeah, I mean, just from the 78 back to about the 36 there, that's probably the closest group of cars that we got on the track right now.
78's experimenting with the lines. He is all the way. He's literally on pit exit.
I was waiting to see how long it would be before somebody tried doing that, because I have seen that done here in the past, as guys going down there on that apron on the exit trying to get a little bit of added rotation. But I haven't seen it pay off yet, and all the times I've seen it happen, but I have seen guys try to do that here.
It worked for that one. I think he tried it once and he was like, I'm not going back down there again, because he's staying way higher this time. So we'll have to see if he tries to go back to it or if he is kind of done with that now. I think he may be done with it now. I think it's kind of, he just did a one and done thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably figured out that that's probably not the best idea. I mean, now he's closing back in. I mean, the 28 got around him while he was trying that idea, and now he's closing back in on the 28 again. There, Barry Nelson. So, I mean, it's never a bad thing to try something different. But if you notice it's not going to work for you, it's better to give it up quicker than what you tried it.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, hey, I'm going to do this, and you're like, nope, not doing that again.
Yeah, exactly. That's usually my mentality just about any time I load into the sim to go for a race. Oh, I don't like this. I'm never doing it again.
Heck, I think most people, dude, I haven't even raced in probably a month and a half, to be honest with you, just because a bunch of idiots are on the service.
Yeah, officials have gotten pretty bad. I only run, I only run 2 nights a week in leagues on Mondays and Tuesday nights, and I enjoy that racing a lot better than I ever did on officials. And I mean, I haven't ran officials in probably 8 months or more, and I just keep hearing it's getting worse and worse.
Ego driving is what it is. It is 100% freaking ego driving. Guys they just like, oh, I'm so great. It's always your fault if you wreck. And I'm like, no, you just jammed it 3 wide. I mean, what do you expect to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Let this camera go to sighting right now. So I'll throw something out here. We dropped off about 5 to 6 tenths now from the pace, so they're definitely dropping pretty quickly, to be honest with you, and that's kind of what I expected.
Yeah, so that's what I was told prior to the race starting was, the fall off was about half a second to 6 tenths. See 78 back there getting up into the wall just a little bit. Didn't really hurt him much, but guys definitely those tires are definitely starting to take effect, it seems.
if the XF2 becomes an issue now. If it doesn't, then they're going to get. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with them.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking throughout this field here, and it looks like some of these guys are starting to get themselves spread back out again. I think the closest battle we got on the track right now is between the 92 of Timothy Eisberg and the 36 of Stephen Luttrell back there. Other than that, guys have got pretty good gaps on each other here.
I don't really. No, I don't see a lot of movement, to be honest with you. It's gotten kind of calm.
Yeah, I mean, 37 laps in here. Probably about, but the guys that are going to go two-stop, maybe we'll see them coming in here, before too long. Maybe go 40, 80, maybe 50, 100. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of pit strategy some of these guys have, whether they're going to go two-stop or what. But I would assume here maybe within the next 10 to 12 laps, we might start seeing those guys come down pit road here.
I wonder if you
That'll
run
shake things up just a little bit.
I wonder if you run it long, if that'll help you. I don't know I don't think it will. I don't know. It could help you to run long.
Could if you've got the if you've got the ability with the fuel to do so. I mean, maybe the tight condition keep you from spinning out, but at the same time, what's the lesser of two evils? Fighting it loose or fighting it tight?
I feel like I can drive a loose car. A tight one is just annoying. Like, you can't do well. There is stuff you can do to make it looser, but driving it tight, it'll make you rip your hair out. I mean, that's just how I feel. I don't enjoy driving these cars like that. They're evil cars, is what I think of them as.
Yeah, I was saying now we see 93 leader Zach Lockett starting to get into lap traffic there. Just had to kind of whoa up a little bit for to get around Kirby Wainscott and Alex Steff back there, who are running side by side, but he finally got clear of them guys. Kirby Wainscott's coming down pit road. Timothy Eisman's coming down pit road. So we are starting to see these green flag pit stops coming now at lap 41.
Yeah, it looks like guys are just going to slowly trickle down, which is not a surprise, to be honest with you. I had a feeling we were getting close. I was way off on pit times. Unless this is a short pit, I wouldn't think that'd be a smart idea to do, though. I would not short pit here.
Well, like I said, I mean, it's possible the one stop if you can save the fuel to go 60, but again, guys were talking about the tires and all that and the fall off, and I think most everybody here is going to go with that two pit strategy. Looks like some guys are going to try to do the 40-80. So I might have a couple of guys that are going to try to do 50 and 100. Just see how this plays out. 42 laps in, we've got guys coming down pit road.
Someone's got a meatball. Teft was broken his steering. He had to use his fast repair. That's Alex Teft. Broke it. We're going to have to go back and look and find out how he broke it, because that toe link was gone on that car. So he's done something to where he's absolutely destroyed the wall and took it down with him.
Say, he didn't pop up on mine at all here.
Yeah, I didn't. I think that may have been an overcorrection, possibly, is what we're seeing. We never saw an actual wreck.
Yeah, I said nothing popped up on mine, and I'm focused on crashes. So
Actually, go and investigate now, because I'm curious, when did this happen? Because it wasn't. SDK's been pretty bad with notifications though, but where did he break? Because I saw the meatball, and then he was coming into pit road, and he snapped his right front tire toe link. He's evidently overcorrected at some point, gotten in the wall pretty hard. Is it there?
maybe right there.
No, he's got it before this. It might be here. No, he's broke it before that. That may have ended it. That may have done it.
Say that might have been the big part there. I've seen him getting off the wall a little bit, brushing that wall. So maybe it was just doing that a handful of times, and got it just a little bit tighter and tighter, and then that smack to the wall
That's
really.
okay. That's where he got the original damage. And I think I think that one big hit was kind of the nail in the coffin for him. I think that's probably when it snapped it. It probably bent it, and he was really, really tight before that. But after he just nailed it, it's kind of like, okay, now it's done. I think that's what we're seeing there now.
Yeah, definitely, definitely not good. He's gonna have to figure something out here if he wants to get himself back into this thing.
Yeah, he definitely smoked it. That's for sure.
Yeah, so he's kind of been struggling all race long, kind of just running back there in the back. Not really able to make much of anything happen.
Still got the top 6. Eight drivers haven't came down pit road. Fettig, I don't think he'll be too much of a factor. He looks like he's pretty off pace. Now the top 6 right now. So here's a tire difference looking at last lap time. They're running 31.39s for old tires, 32.11s as we got a big group here. 31.39, 32.11 compared to 31 middles and 31.
Steve Luttrell hard into the outside wall.
I was looking out of the corner of my eye trying to read times at the same time, but I definitely saw him just absolutely destroy the wall. I have to rewind here.
I think, there was that little group there with the 78, the 4, the 92, and the 36. I think the 92 just drove in a little too hard. Didn't anticipate the 4 being as slow as he was going to be, and just really kind of nothing that Steve Luttrell could do. He just kind of caught that quarter panel and
there's
plowed that wall.
Nothing Luttrell did wrong there, or not. Yeah, but Luttrell was not in the wrong here. Who was it who came in there like a kamikaze? That was a
92 Eisbren.
See if he actually locked up his tires, and Luttrell's got a black flag, probably speeding on pit road here. Oh yeah, I don't think he expected that at all. And that is
I don't think he anticipated. Yeah, I don't think he anticipated the 4 braking either as early or as hard as what he did, and just not enough time to stop that car.
I mean, that is literally guns a-blazing coming in. So I do not blame him for almost running into him, because I feel like I'd honestly plow a guy if he did that on accident.
I know the 36 is probably not too happy right now, but man, tough break for Luttrell.
That crap like that it happens, and drivers are sadly the innocent bystander of it.
Yeah, I mean, and I know, Tim, he didn't mean. He apologized, to him over the server, and I know he feels pretty bad about that.
Let's see what we got here. So these guys are still staying out. They are not coming down pit road. That's the gutsy call. Stay out as long as you are. I don't know if I'd be doing that.
Kirby.
Somebody was down and below the grass. Who was that?
I think it was Kirby Wainscott in the 10.
Yeah, that definitely was. I saw. Ooh, God, he just destroyed that left for. Yeah.
I think he got loose there and hit that. Yep.
Tires wear, and that problem corner. I think he's destroyed that left front too. Let's see if he actually hit the bump.
That's what I was seeing through practice. Just that exit of 2 right there, and guys just plowing that inside wall like that.
I can't tell if it's the bumps that did it. No, actually, what it is Richard Ode. Ode's out there, so he can't straighten out his wheel. He doesn't want to run into Ode, so he keeps more wheel in it. That's what sends him around. He's going to stay out on the tracks. Evidently, he can still turn to a certain extent. I don't know how much he can turn, but he can do it a little bit still.
Yeah, he's going to be struggling until he comes back down pit road again.
That definitely will not be a fun time for him to be begging to get these tires off. Can't really fix the car in general because that thing's smoked.
Yeah, definitely probably going to end up using his fast repair when he comes down. see. So what do we got? Andrew Teff and Troy Thomas. Kensley Smith, the only ones to not come down pit road yet.
Excuse me. That's not good. No, that was. That's choose.
Tunnel hasn't been down pit road. Dennis Kane hasn't come down pit road. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out, because with Zach coming down when he did, he's already back up to third. He's past Kensley, clean on the track, and Kensley hasn't come down yet. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm guessing Teff, Thomas, Kensley, some of these other guys that are a little bit further back, they are going to try to just one pit this, which I'm really surprised to see anybody deciding to go that route. But I mean, maybe it'll pay off in the end for these guys.
I mean, yeah. Well, and when they come out too, they're going to be so much faster than everybody else. That could be a factor in why they're deciding to stay out as long as they are.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have, they'll have them fresher tires, so they'll be able to run, be so much quicker, and then they'll slow down after the guys that came down around lap 40, 42, are gonna come in and get another set of tires. And I mean Zach right now is about 7 seconds behind leader Andrew Teft. About 1.2 behind Troy, back there in second. I just wonder if that gap is going to be kind of insurmountable by the time, like Zach's tires equal out, or if he's going to continue to be able to close that gap. Now 6.2 behind Teft. So he's still he's still coming. I'm just wondering if staying out to that 60 lap is gonna, if that speed difference in the fresh tires is gonna pay off in the final 60, versus the guys who are gonna come down at lap 80 and have 40 laps to run them back down again.
Someone's got a meatball. Fedek had the meatball. I think he's KO'd the inside wall, possibly. No, I don't see. Maybe blew the tires out, possibly. I don't think he's tires are still up and everything. 41.
Coming to halfway. So I anticipate that we're going to see Teft and company come down pit road here. Stack is going to take over the lead right now.
I think we've got guys that are driving the cars. Oh, yeah, that's Kensley in the wall.
Kensley, yeah.
I think they're driving them. They've went so long in the tires, or they've driven them so aggressive that they're actually popping the tires because they've got meatball. They have to come down pit road and get them changed. They've ran out of wear on them.
Yeah, they are definitely going to have to manage the tires a little bit better on this last 60 to make sure that doesn't happen at the end of the race.
Out of all the things on iRace, that's the one thing I haven't done. I've never driven tires to where they popped. I've gotten them close, but they've never popped on me.
Yeah, I haven't had that either. And what's funny is I know there are a lot of people out there in the iRacing community who are, they're kind of wanting iRacing to throw that factor into the mix of, like, the spontaneous tire punctures and engine problems and stuff like you see in real life. And it's, I'm like, yeah, that would change a lot of things in iRacing.
Yeah, so everybody came down. So we got lap 42, 44, 41, 60. The only thing I'm thinking about with Lockett is Lockett was so far ahead. Like, can you beat him to just overall time?
Well, that's what I said. By the time Andrew came down pit road, Zach had gotten by Troy for second. And I think the gap between Zach and Andrew was down to less than 5 seconds before Andrew came in. So, yeah, I mean, with the amount of pace that Zach is running right now, I'm just not so sure that by the time that this race comes down to the end, if we stay green, if it's going to be enough to hold off the 20 lap fresher tires than as to what Zach and company that came down at lap 40 are going to end up having.
Just have to find out here on Mythbusters. Nice car there. Boy. Spin off of Dale Earnhardt when he's sponsored by Mountain Dew. So, what I'm worried about with Lockus. Lockus got relatively clean track. And he's not been aggressive on the brakes when you get this car to turn. He's been letting it probably mostly lifting a little bit earlier, letting it roll. So I think that.
What do we got? What was Zach's last lap time compared to Andrew Teff's?
Zach's last lap time was 30.73. Andrews was a 30.41, so he's 0.3 faster, but he still could be in traffic, and we just don't know.
Right. I'm just trying to. I see Andrew back there. He's 2 cars behind Zach right now, but he's also a lap down. Right now, only the top 3 are on the lead lap because of how that whole strategy worked out. Andrew now getting by the 4 Dennis Kane back there, so Andrew will get his lap back here before too long. I'm just trying to do the math of what that lap time difference over the course of a 20 lap run is going to look like for the end of this thing. I don't know. It's going to be fun to watch though.
Yeah, Andrews, red lap 68. Andrew has
just got his lap back, so
got a 19 and a half. Oh, sorry, he's got a 31 second gap to Zach. Got his lap back. I have to see what time he runs now. Oh, we got a crash here.
The caution's
Kinsley. Wreck coming off of 2.
Oh, man. And that's going to change everything because that's going to trap all these guys here a lap down.
It's just getting back to the throttle too aggressively.
Looks like 4 of them will be able to get the wave around. Or 3 of them will get the wave around. Troy should get the lucky dog here. Now the question being, this could be a little bit of trouble for Andrew Teft because if Zach and Truth and Alex come down now, that's 50 laps to the end of this race. They would have fresher tires than Andrew now, and Andrew would have a lot older tires by the end of the race.
Yeah, but one thing
unless Andrew. Well, I mean, Andrew's back on the lead lap now, so he could come down with the leaders and get those tires and be all right.
One thing I'd be questioning, though, is...
And he is going to follow
Can they make
Zach,
these
though.
tires last?
Well, I mean, Andrew... Yeah, I was going to say, Andrew made his last the 60 laps. So it's definitely possible that they're able to manage them properly here, but...
I don't know.
I apologize. I'm listening to the race chatter. It's just kind of getting funny.
Guys yelling at each other.
Not yelling at you, but just poking fun.
Yeah, it's always weird listening to some of that stuff because you don't know what's going to come over the radio next.
Yeah, they're just kind of poking fun at each other.
Lockett was off in a way. He had such a big lead. I mean, he can probably take it easy coming out of the pits. There's no need to go cook those tires coming out.
Yeah, now we got, 5 guys here waiting to take the wave around. All right, 1, 2. Looks like Four of them.
Here, I got some.
This is gonna shake some things up here.
I know you spend a lot of money when your bank statement is 3 papers long. Sorry, 4 papers long. A lot of gambling going on here.
DraftKings.
BetMGM, DraftKings, Fanatics, Caesar Sportsbook, Bet365, Bally Bets, whatever has the best promo at the time.
Yeah, I do a little bit of. I was gonna say I do a little bit of DraftKings, a little bit of FanDuel, a little bit of BetMGM. I've gotten into some of them just for like the starter stuff, like the Fanatics, and I will never go back to Fanatics. That is the worst online casino I've ever played on.
It's weird. I like DraftKings. I like Caesar Sportsbook best.
Yeah.
But green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. You see a lot of guys are still catching the field, so this is going to make this start really, really weird now because of that.
Yeah, Lockett getting a good jump there over Alex Gates. Gates going to try to get a run off of 2 here.
Somebody is down towards the inside. That might be. It's Terry Fennell. Looks like he maybe got loose coming off the corner. Lockett, we're past halfway. I'd almost wonder if your gate. Sorry. If your gate's here, if you just don't drive it hard and say, hey, let's see if we can get this position right now because they kind of need it.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but at the same time, you got to try to make these tires last the next 45 laps without too much fall off. So, got the 28 going around in the inside wall hard.
Rewind
no caution
that.
yet.
God, how is that not a caution?
I think he hit worse than Kensley did, but
he did. I mean, he smoked that wall.
And how he's still driving it, and that didn't blow the motor, I don't know either.
Oh, that's definitely 100% like damage the radiator. I have no doubt about that. That thing's probably about to blow anytime soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, there goes Gates. Oh, on the outside wall. Now the caution's out.
So many things happening at once.
Yeah.
See what Gates did right here. Gates.
He just got loose off of 2.
Really high up and just loose and
overcorrected.
Hit the. Oh my gosh! How did they not plow into him after that?
I think Eisman might have got a little bit of that back bumper, but
I don't know how that front end's still on. He hit it decently hard, but it's still on the car. Surprising to see. Very surprising to see.
Yeah, I'm still kind of baffled by the 28 not blowing because I mean I watched him do that exact same thing probably 5 or 6 laps in a row coming off of 2, and every time he hit that inside wall, that motor expired. So how that thing did not blow up when he hit the wall right there, I do not know, but he is very lucky to live to see another day.
We got voodoo magic going on over here.
That's something.
It surprised me. I've seen some weird things in this world.
So what do we got? Truth coming down pit road. Truth was just down 5 laps ago. Unless he's gonna take those tires. I mean, you got him sitting there.
Some guys are coming down. Maybe damage. I don't know. I wouldn't think it's damage fixed though.
I was gonna say everybody from about looks like maybe 7th on back all coming down pit road too.
I don't think I could think of damage. That's literally the only thing I could think of it being.
Could be. I said, or those 5 lap fresher tires will give you 5 lap fresher tires there at the end of the race.
That is a choice to take too. I just feel like that's not worth it. In my opinion.
I think I would rather have the track position at this point.
I have fun.
I mean, we're coming to what 40 to go here. Pretty quick. Probably go back to green flag with about 41 to go.
Yeah, I think about to spun themselves out, warming up the tires.
I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen on way more than one occasion.
I heard tires rev, and I was like, oh gosh, did someone just spin out trying to warm up the tires? Always some weird things that happen in iRacing for sure.
Absolutely. We've seen weird things happen here just in Races Elite as well.
Yeah, don't put it past anything for something weird to not happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Race car is getting ready to pull in here though, so we will get the green flag next time, or this time by.
Yeah, pace truck's going to be dipping in here. Lock it back into the zone, and we are back to green flaggers.
They all get going there, but it looks like half the field is not having to catch up this time.
Yeah, I would say Truth was a really good jump there on that inside there over Andrew.
Someone did not get going because we got multiple black flags, so that's going to have to be cleared by RC here. Race control.
I know. I was gonna say I know the 92 was chirping over the radio there, coming to the green flag, begging guys to catch up and get by them. So probably some guys with some extended pit time not able to catch back up, and I think he got some black flags for passing under yellow.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to get that fixed. Hopefully they'll do that.
Yep, they're cleared, so we're good.
That's one of the things I think if iRacing could fix something, that's one thing they do need to fix is drivers getting penalized for stuff like that, because it's not their fault at all. Like, you're just waiting for somebody to catch up, and they never catch up to you.
Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Wait a half a track behind while everybody else takes a green flag?
Yeah, that's one of the most annoying things to deal with.
Zach now starting to stretch this lead out again here over Truth up to just over half a second. So these guys were the top two for the 99% of that first half of the race. So no surprise to see them still out front and starting to gap the field again.
Waka just ran a pretty fast lap too, so got to keep that in mind. He ran a 29.86. That's a lot faster than everybody else. A lot faster than them. So he's definitely got the speed for it.
I would say that's right around what he qualified with. So, let's see, what did he qualified with? A 29.89. So, of course, track temperature is starting to drop a little bit. I think we're down about 6 degrees from what we started the race in. So, cooler track, more grip, a little bit faster lap times we're able to see here.
Seems like sun is starting to go down too, so gotta keep that in mind as a factor.
So I think when we started this race, we were at about 101 degree track temp. Now we're down to 95, so we're down 6 degrees from the start of this race.
The only thing I'd be worried about is tires popping, because this is 40 laps is when we started to see tires start to go and guys have to go down pit road. So if they start popping here, then we know that, hey, they pushed it really, really hard.
Yep.
Definitely gotten a lot darker on this track now. It's going into the night for sure.
It's going into the. I say the sim time is showing 5:42. I don't know if it's going into night or if it's just the cloud cover picking up here.
It definitely seems to have gotten a little bit darker though on my end. It looks like it's pretty faded.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see how dark it is there. I was gonna say because New Hampshire does not have track lighting, so if it's showing 5:42 p.m. in the sim time. We start getting to around that 6 o'clock or later, it could start getting dark, and things could be a little bit more difficult to see out there if that's the case.
Most of these guys are being pretty calm with what they're doing, though. They're not being aggressive, getting in there. Eismer's still doing that diamond pattern, and it seems to be working for him. I think that's probably where he's honestly cooking his tires, though, is he's diamonding it so hard that when he gets back to the throttle, it's just not one turn. He's having to use all that for
Yeah,
him.
it's just kind of scrubbing more than anything.
A lot of guys, they'll do a tactic of they'll turn their engine all the way down and then put their tires all the way up just so they can hear when they're scraping tires off the track.
Yeah, I can't do that. I end up missing shifts and stuff when I do that.
Yeah, I
need to have that engine noise.
well, even if you turn the engine noise all the way down, the engine's still pretty freaking loud on it. I mean, I figured that out. I've got it basically as low as it can go, and it's loud. But Lockett's Hoke is matching his time now. Maybe Hope's figured something out to maybe run a little bit higher, do something else like that. I mean, he's definitely figured out something.
Yeah, I mean, I say Zach's still slowly stretching this gap out. Just caution. Oh, it looks like Kirby Wainscott and Dennis Kane having problems back there on the exit of 4.
Trying to get to where Kirby is. Hiding him into the listing. Let's see what happened between these two. God. Rewind. No, it's actually from here. One off.
Kirby just
corner.
Get loose, and then nowhere for Dennis to go here. No, Dennis.
Oh, the 4s spun before that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was the opposite of what I just saw. Yeah, Dennis lost it, and Kirby had nowhere to go.
See what happened with Dennis here. Oh, just loose on the bottom, overcorrects. Oh gosh, that's a hard hit.
That
Kirby
border went bye too.
Like, Kirby surprisingly actually slowed down for that. For as short of a distance as that was, he actually slowed down a huge amount.
Yeah, I would say he did a great job. Just not enough to be able to avoid it, but.
And was luckily just didn't go flying in there, guns a-blazing.
So now we're approaching 30 laps to go. Interesting to see if these guys come down and take these tires again for this last battle to run to the end. Andrew, last minute coming down. Yeah, might as well get those fresh tires. 30 to go. Now you can really drive.
Yeah, guys,
we're going to go back to green. I was saying we're going to go back to green with about 28 laps to go. Now these guys can really drive because they know the tires are going to be fine for the last stint of this race here.
Yeah, this is when brains go out the window, though. That's the one thing that's not going to be fun. Brains out the window for this last run.
Yep.
One of the most frustrating things as a driver, you see guys around you just driving like a bunch of idiots. You're like, what is going on? There's really nothing that you can do about that, to be honest with you.
No. So what we got here? Alex Gates starting to stay out. Kinsley. Even another lap down. So with Alex staying out, Kinsley's going to have to come down pit road. He is not going to get the wave around. Stephen Luttrell going to have to fall to the back.
That's he moved, though.
So Andrew Teff jumped a couple of positions there on pit road. I wonder if he went two tires on that one, because he leapfrogged Zach in truth.
Who? Teff, yeah, he took 2. He's only on pit road for about 10 seconds overall, so he definitely short pitted that, sure.
Yeah, he's going to be man, I don't know if a 2-tire car here in New Hampshire is going to be the play. I mean, he's going to be fighting a loose condition, I would think. And he might struggle to be able to hang on to that car, but we'll see.
See what goes.
It'd be really, I was gonna say, it'd be really interesting to see what the difference in the 4 tires versus those 2 tires versus the no tires there from Alex Gates, who stayed out.
Gonna go around one more time here, and this is gonna put him relatively close to the end of it. Also, gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'll come back about what, 26 to go.
Yeah, about 20.
Should be a
I think it should be 26.
Yeah, I would say it should be a fun little shootout here to the end of this thing. I think this is going to be the first caution where Zach Lockett is not going to start on the front row or have the control here. So we'll see how good of a restart Zach can get. Got Truth back there in fourth. He's been fairly quick all night.
The green flag is back in the air, so we're back underway here, and looks like Gates hits a pretty good start with those worn tires. I want to see what this 93 does. Lockett is able to just use the tires to his advantage. Looks like Teth cannot keep up in the corner. Actually, Teth would try a crossover move. He get the momentum, but he just does not have the grip to make that move. So it's now gotten brighter out on the track. So it went from being faded to bright.
28 in the wall in the back there on the exit of 2 again. Still no caution again for the 28. That's twice that he's smoked that inside wall and no caution has come out.
Looks like they must not like him back there, for sure.
It must be something. Flagman's got some kind of a thing out on the 28 because he is just not throwing the yellow for him.
His hope just kind of got spit out there on the outside. Going to go back.
Here comes Lockett in the 93, looking to make a run on the inside, going into 3 on Gates for the lead here. I figured Gates would probably be able to hold on to it for maybe 3 or 4 laps until Zach got those tires wore in, because I know Zach is not going to want to try to overdrive this car to get back to the lead when he knows he's got those 14-lap fresher tires, and we got a caution out again here.
Like Terry Fennell this car around.
I was going to say, because I did not jump to anybody. I don't know why this is not switching over to crashes.
Fennell, 2 guys got loose in that same spot, so maybe something on the track there. But I mean, he hit the inside wall, but he didn't really smoke it at all. So I think he should be fine.
So maybe the 28 was leaking a little bit of oil right there after smoking the inside wall, not getting a caution.
Yeah, it definitely looked weird. It did not look normal at all. Let's see if that fixes something. I don't know. I was just odd to see. That'll reset everything again. Lockett still didn't get the lead, so he's going to have to keep firing off on these tires. Make it
I think
hard for him.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's going to give him a good shot here. I mean,
Yeah, I just feel like I wouldn't want to be having to fire off that many times. Because it can happen when they're heat cycled like that it really does mess with them pretty heavily. You know, sometimes it's worse than others, but other times it's just like, gosh, it's ridiculous. We'll go on mute here for a little bit before these guys go back green.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm typing a message here and kind of zoned out for a second.
As the pace car pulls in here and the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway. See how it goes for these guys.
So Andrew getting a pretty good jump there on the inside of Zach Lockett. Kind of hung up there on the outside. See if Zach's going to be able to make a run to the outside of him and get that spot back. It looks like Andrew's going to get it cleared, and here comes Truth Hope right alongside, trying to get down to the bottom of the inside of the 93. Zach wants to get down there as quick as possible, get back to that bottom where he's comfortable. He hasn't been up top there all night long.
Have to fight pretty hard to get up there, though. I don't think they're going to easily let him up in that area. I think they're going to probably be kind of a little bit of a pain to get around.
I see. Meanwhile, Alex still out there on those older tires, able to keep it. We got another one in the wall in the back. Alex Tept in the wall. Just kind of coasted down that back straightaway. Not sure what's going on here. If he's trying to, no, there he goes. Finally gets it off the wall and gets going.
Like he may have got it getting off of the exit. We got 18 to go. Now, we have black flag for Eisbrand. Now, one thing here, Lockett's he's buried now. He doesn't have the luxury of just going out in front of people. He has to go catch them now. So you got to keep that in mind.
Yep. Plus, as I say, you got that little bit of a dirty air, and now he's back to that inside, looking at the inside of Andrew, trying to get that P2 back. Andrew in the wall just a little bit. So I think this might be your battle for your win here between the 93 and the 98. They can get themselves cleared and get. I think those older tires of Gates is going to show pretty predominantly here before too long. Truth Hope there still in the mix. 93 looking at the inside of the 77 for the lead, coming off of 4. Going to get that nose in there.
He can just get close enough to him. That's all that he wants, just to get that nose right there at it.
Sent it really hard into 1, able to get that spot cleared, and now he's going to get back to the lead. Andrew Tepp looking to follow in the 98. You got Truth Hoax still in the mix right there, running 3rd.
Fresh tires. Now I want to see if Gates can hold on pretty well here, because if he can hold on, then that's going to tell everybody, hey, maybe we don't have to necessarily hit. We can just kind of be a little bit gentle with the tires, not have to go in there too aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, so far, able to hold on. A little bit loose right there on exit. So all this is happening, Zach is stretching this lead out now up to about 0.6 of a second. Andrew drifting up the track, and then here comes Truth Hope to the bottom, 3 wide.
Oh, Hope, don't squeeze them. They're beating and banging off each other in the wall. Might as well use it if you got it.
Exactly.
Use the wall. It's there to be used sometimes. I wouldn't go and tear it down.
Still 3 wide.
Gosh, how
Gates,
far can you get?
I think Gates is finally, I was going to say, I think Gates has finally just got it. Oh, Truth's loose. He's not going to hang on to it. Gets down to the inside wall. He's still rolling, though. No caution.
Don't see any damage, so I think he kept it off the wall, possibly locked it down before he hit anything.
Yeah, it looked to me like he got the back end of that car into the wall just a little bit, but all that going on, Lockett now able to stretch us almost 2 seconds now over the 98 of Andrew Tefton P2. Coming to 13 to go here. I think Zach's just got to be smooth and consistent and not see any more yellows, and I think he's going to walk home with come home with the win here in the first race of the playoffs.
Yeah, he's definitely going to pray for that. But please, just do not do anything dumb at the end of this race. That's all that he cares about.
No more yellows. No more yellows. I want to see that white flag.
Yes, for sure. No more yellows.
Gap now up to about 2.1 seconds over Teft. So Gates is not going away from Teft too easily here. Oh, got one around in the back. Man, yellow caution is out again. The 28 again, loose off of 2 to the inside wall. Man.
There he is. He's got some front end damage, not too badly though. I think he actually got it earlier also. Hey, he spun earlier.
No, he did. I guess he didn't get into the wall.
High on exit. overcorrects so he doesn't hit the wall and keeps it rolling. But
Yeah.
decent save for, otherwise he had two options: smoke the wall or not hit it at all. That's all that he had. There was nothing that he could do
Yeah.
after that.
Yep.
It was definitely one of the like, oh crap moments. Seeing that inside wall is one of the most nerve-wracking things because you're like, I'm not stopping in time, am I? So you just kind of crank the wheel as much as you can and just hope that, hey, like, let's just get it to correct that side.
Yeah. Just anything to keep me out of that wall.
Yeah, one thing that I found with this car is if you really just kind of like lock it down, it tends to straighten out, surprisingly. So it's weird. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't see that with some of the other cars out here, like the trucks or the Arca. Just kind of once they kind of go, they just kind of go.
Yeah. The Arca is, and I know AR, I actually know two Arca drivers. I've raced against an Arca driver too. If Watkins Glen actually ended up winning that race because I was really trying to get better at road courses. It was the guy who said, "I'm not going to lift until I see the checkered line or Jesus." You're racing there, and
Oh,
I was like,
Andy, what was that? Andy
Jakowski.
Jankanowick?
What was?
Jankanowick? Yeah, I'll say he's kind of local to me. He's only like a couple of hours away from me. It was closer when I lived there in Western New York, but yeah, I could never figure out how to pronounce his last name. It was like Jankanowak or Jankowak or something like that.
Yeah, we've actually got a local like Henderson Motorsports, 75 in the truck series where Parker Kligerman drives for him. They're actually 15 minutes from me. Like I can drive by their building. I've drove by it so many times. They're in
Right.
Abingdon. They're next to a animal hospital, storage units. I think a place that
See,
makes
we
like
had a
stone or something.
Yeah, I'll say we have a racetrack that's about a half an hour or 40 minutes from me that used to be a NASCAR sanctioned short track, and Andy used to run the late models there on a weekly basis, and so he was always a name. So when he started actually getting into the ARCA stuff, it was kind of like a big deal here locally as the local driver goes big.
Yeah. Breaking news: local driver is racing in NASCAR. Brum, brum, run, run. All that stuff.
Go fast, turn left.
Yeah.
As these guys are about ready to go fast again.
See, green flag is back in the air, so we are back underway. Looks like Lockett just gets out and away. He's only got 9 more laps to deal with this, and we got a Hornet's Nest around 77. He's going to get into somebody here in a minute. Old tires, slow tires. Hoke is getting his bumper beat off. There goes. I knew that was going to happen, and there goes Alex. We stay green, and there's the caution. I saw that coming. I saw that coming from a mile away. See if the 77 did get into him or not. On his bumper, and yep. Oh, yes, he definitely.
Yeah.
God, you gonna finish him off, man? He basically just. Yeah, that is on the 77 of Gates there, 100%. I mean, now how did Alex spin? Alex spun back behind us all. I don't know what happened with him.
Like he just got loose.
Yeah, ooh, gosh, he hits that inside wall hard too. And the engine's gone. Had to guess Hoke is not gonna be too happy. I'm just
No,
gonna
probably
go
not.
for gonna throw that out there. I think he's gonna be pretty mad, and he has a full right to be pretty mad about that because that was kind of crap, to be honest with you. But I saw that coming. I was not surprised when I saw him go around by any means. Like, he's destroying that bumper, isn't he? And there he goes around.
Yeah.
What was... Oh, you gotta be... Almost lost. Where did he... I don't even know where some of this is coming. Looking at my spreads right now.
I'm really surprised that I haven't seen Truth's patented text chat come through here yet, but
What is his patented text chat supposed to be?
m- middle finger out the window.
Oh, speaking of that, there was a guy it was a league that I ran in like when I was first started iRacing. It would say he would have it hotkeyed when it would say hangs male part out the window. Got to keep it YouTube friendly. Started with a P, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And he would put that during the race. I believe this is going to get him to like 3 or 4 laps left. It's not. Sorry, excuse me. It will not be many laps. I know that.
Yeah, I think it'll be 4 to go here.
Be Lockett and Thomas for it. Only thing I'd be worried about is if somebody beats the back bumper off of Lockett, or if Lockett just mistimes it or spins it. Does something on the start.
Yeah, I mean these fresh tires are definitely going to play an effect here. I mean, we'll have to see what Lockett's able to do. Doesn't really get too big of a breakaway from Troy Thomas
And
there.
He's gone. Here's the thing:
he's going to have to get gone because that Andrew in the 98 right there is on those fresher tires.
Oh, here we go. That might.
Oh, iceberg to the wall.
That might help Andrew here, though. That is going to help Andrew.
Yep.
He's going to be able to just get.
Well, I'll say
another
Andrew,
restart.
I would say Andrew didn't get clear of Troy yet, did he? It's still showing Andrew in 3rd for me.
No, it's showing him in 3rd. However, I'd honestly prefer to be in 3rd because I feel like you can get a decent start. It's not going to be perfect, but you can still get a okay one. Have to see. I'm Jeremy Wade. I fish for big effing fish that bite your hand off. Tell you what. I mean, I know you were made before television, so I'm joking at your age. There are some things that, like shows that I grew up with my childhood, and some that I didn't. That people are like, you never watched this as a kid? And I'm like, no, I never did. Talking about real life now. I'm from the South, and a lot of people, when I told them that like I hadn't had a bunch of these like staple like Southern foods, they're like, "You never ate this," and I'm like, "No, I just never did." I don't know why. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't understand either.
Some of them collard greens.
I've never had that. I never had corn. I never. And I'm 22. It's not like I'm young. Well, not like I'm young. I never had cornbread. Never had collard greens. I tried cornbread. I didn't like it. Coleslaw is absolutely disgusting. I tried that. Yeah, dude, that's gross.
No, that's
gross.
I would say no, that's not just a Southern thing. We got that up here, and I love coleslaw.
Coleslaw is one, baked bean or beans.
But it's kind of got a. There's different versions of coleslaw. Like they use a different. A lot of places use a different, like oil or mayo or something in it, and some are a lot better than others. At least around up here. So there's certain ones that, I won't get the coleslaw because it's it's way too different. But
nasty.
There are certain ones up here that, oh yeah, absolutely order coleslaw.
It's just I work at Food City, which is a grocery store. They were all so surprised. They're like, "You never ate this? Are you from the South?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm from the South." I used to sound really Southern. I sound somewhat city now, which I kind of hate. But I was like, I don't eat it. I just don't see the point in it. I'm like a picky child. Pace truck is getting ready to pull in here. This is going to be a little bit of a green-white-checkered. I think this is a green-white-checkered attempt, to be honest with you.
This will be our first attempt at the green-white-checker here. Zach's going to get a really good jump here.
And that may have just sealed it. Actually, hold on. It may have not. If Andrew can get by this 88.
He's got his shot. Andrew's going to give him a run, I think. Yeah, I mean, right now Zach is hoping to get back to that white flag. right now, I mean, there's about 19 lap difference in tires between Zach and Andrew.
I was gonna say, I don't think this is over yet. See what Andrew can get. If he's got heat in his tires, it'll change a lot. See what he runs.
So the white
Perhaps
flag is out. We got about half a second right now. So I think Zach's going to be fine if he can just hit his mark. I don't think Andrew can do it. I mean, if there was still like 5 laps left and we went green,
yeah,
there could be that chance. But there's
he's
nothing for the Rocket, Zach Lockett here right now.
It's about half a second. Andrew gonna dive it on in there, trying to diamond it. There's about 3 wide behind him. Andrew made up 2/10 right there, though. It's not over. Got
Not
somebody that just
enough.
wrecked on the backstretch.
Zach Lockett going to bring home the win here, the first race of the playoffs. Andrew Teff going to come home in second. Troy hanging on for a P3. Great recovery from him. He kind of ran in the back most of the night tonight. Got himself back up there for a P3 podium.
Yeah, he definitely tried it, and I'll give him all the props for that. Whatever he could do, he definitely went for it. It'll be
Kensley with a strong rebound, finishing fourth there after having a couple of incidents. Banging that car up, blowing the motor, having to use that fast repair. Great recovery for him, bringing it home fourth. Richard Oden, the 78, finishing fifth.
did a good job. Good job.
As I tell you, I think this 93 is going to be tough to beat for this championship here. I mean, this was, I mean, aside from Talladega, this was probably about the only other track on the schedule that, was kind of maybe questionable for Zach, because I know there's 2 that he is really, really strong at here on these last 3 races. So I think right now, it's going to be tough for anybody to be able to beat Zach right now for this championship. I mean, anything could happen. I mean, nothing's ever insured, but I know, like I said, 2 out of the next 3 races are pretty strong tracks for Zach. So for him to get this first one under the belt could prove trouble for the rest of these guys.
Pull up the finishing order here right now. Bringing the top 3, bringing Troy first. Find where he is. There he is. Hey, Troy, this is Bryson Russell in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Oh, I got you.
And so you come home third on a little bit older tires there. You qualified 11th. So, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seemed like you did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I was hoping to one stop at that strategy didn't work, so I thought I got pretty good at saving tires and all. But I was worried to death there at the end because all them guys pitted in. I was like, crap, he got no tires, so we'll just give her our best shot. And it turned out now I'll take a 30 here this track any day of the week.
Hey, so that first run, were people driving their cars so hard that they were popping tires? Because I saw some meatball flags pop up.
Not that I'm aware of. I know somebody hitting walls and stuff, getting loose off of 2 and 4 a couple times.
Yeah.
But
I
I
had
know
just
I've
saw it,
used
and I
my
was like, what's
I've
going
used
on?
mine pretty hard that first run. I think it's down the inside and was like 34% or something. So
Yeah, I had just saw it, and I was like, wow, they're popping tires early on. But, how did you have to drive this track? Because it's not like a normal short track. You carry a lot of speed, and it's relatively flat.
I kind of treat it like a road course, heavy braking, and try to diamond the corners a little bit. But hey, it's it's a challenging track. These flat tracks are difficult. I tell you, they are very difficult.
Yeah. And so where would you have to run? Did you have to run up high, run down low? Did you just have to really just adapt to how the car was handling?
The ideal line for me was the first dotted line, and just drift kind of like a diamond a little bit. But then sometimes you had to run high and low. You just couldn't get a good run off the low side, so you just move up the track a little bit. So as mine is the middle of the track, so
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody? Well, actually, no. Before I do that, so no, what was going through your head that last restart? Because I mean, you were around new tires and you've got old, and I feel like it's kind of like, oh crap, I'm probably gonna get ran over. So, no, what was going through your head?
That was going through my head. It's like, oh crap, I'm dead. I was like, man, if I get top 5, it'd be great. But you know, I took, like I said, it's good on saving tires. I just saved enough tires to stay ahead of a couple of them guys on that restart. So, oh crap, was going through my head.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Andrew for everything he does and Racers Elite, all of his racing series he's got going on. You guys and Russ, I thank you, Russ, calling the races on Thursday night, and congratulations to Zach on another win. So he's the man to beat. My wife for letting me do this, and my teammates Truth, Barry, Terry, being a good team. So and everybody's watching this broadcast. Thank you guys so much.
All right, man. Well,
I
I will
appreciate
let you.
that.
Sorry, you
Appreciate
can.
that there, Troy. I say I didn't get a chance to get down there and talk to you guys tonight before the race started, but
I
just
know I cried
seemed to
myself. I
I
was crying in the
I
race car.
yeah, I figured as much. I mean, I normally come down there and talk to you guys, and I just had a couple of things going on before the race started,
They was
and
tears shedded, buddy, just for
I'm
you.
sure between you and Truth, I'm like,
Oh,
oh
you
well,
you
he didn't come see us tonight.
you know it, buddy.
But good run tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much.
As that was the third place driver and Troy Thomas. I can move him down. Bringing the second place driver and Andrew Teft. Hey, Andrew, this is Bryson Russ in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
And so you come home just a little bit short there. Now, what was going through your head at the end, knowing that you had a shot there, but it just didn't work out?
I probably needed a couple more laps. I don't know. I was just thinking win, anything to win, because you don't get chances to beat Zach very often. He's pretty good. But probably needed a couple more laps. I found a really fast, like very bottom line in 3 and 4, that final lap. I wish I knew that was there sooner. Maybe I could have done something, but Zach just ran a perfect race. I would have felt bad taking that one from him on a Green-White-Checkered at the end, but there's like a 4-point bonus for winning over second, and it's important when the chase is only about 4 races long.
Yeah, so you qualified third. How did you have to drive the track here? Because I know that everybody has to drive it differently, especially on how these cars are handling.
Yeah, I should probably take notes or something, because sometimes I run well here, and sometimes I'm way off, and I never remember if it's the series or just the line I'm running or what, because there's a lot of options here. But for me, early on strategy, I was going to save in just one stop around lap 60, and was leaving it in fourth and just kind of making lap time. Shifted a little bit toward the end of that run, and after the yellow started coming out, it was just about speed. So just trying to keep the freshest tires on it, and I really don't like the shift at ovals, but I was kind of forced to here. So I really went a little harder at the end to try to pull it off here. Just not quite enough. I got a little tire advantage, maybe 8 or 10 laps or something, but just need a little bit more.
All right, man. Well, I'll keep it kind of short for you. Before I let you go, is there anybody you want to shout out? Any sponsors that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, congrats to Zach. Again, really awesome run. Looking forward to racing it out for the championship here. I think it's going to be really tight. And what do you think? I want to thank our servicemen and women, you guys, for helping out in the booth. Everybody tunes in to watch, shows up to race. And if you want to check us out, just head on over to racerselite.com.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good job coming home second tonight, man.
Thank you.
That was the second place driver and Andrew Teft. Bringing the race winner and Zach Lockett. Hey, Zach, this is Bryson Russ in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Hey, got you guys.
And so you come home with the win, pretty much dominate over everybody else. So how did your race go overall, though? Evidently, it went pretty good.
Yeah, once I realized we're, starting with, 2 laps short of one stopping it, I got a little bit nervous, especially when I started to put like 7 or 8 seconds on people. I knew a lot of people were saving fuel, and was just kind of running as hard as I could. That first stint was going to split it, 40-40, and pit twice. And, the fall off was so bad that I felt like 2 stopping it if there were no cautions, could still be faster than everyone, and ended up getting a caution there, and then it all kind of broke loose with caution after caution after caution, and once half the field was a lap down, it kind of felt like I'd stay out and everyone would go take tires, and I get really nervous, and then we'd run about 12 or 13 laps, and then I could go in and get tires with everyone else, and it just kind of all fell perfectly there, where no one was able to get 10 or 15 lap fresher tires and get a long run and catch me. So except towards the end, I got really nervous towards the end. So glad to hang on and kick off the playoffs here with a win, and hopefully take the lead in points.
So you said you got really nervous there at the end, which I think a lot of people will get nervous. So how much was going through your head of, hey, just do not spin the tires on the start? Because if you would have spun your tires, I think that would have been kind of a death sentence for you there.
Yeah, I think once the tires cool down and you send it into turn one there, we saw, all night, a lot of people were spinning coming off, and I felt like I had enough confidence there to get a really good restart, and then just be kind of patient into turn one and get a good drive off in turn two, and then just hope and pray to God that the guys behind me were going to battle, and not let the guys with new tires right by them, and they could kind of hold them up for a couple laps, and really just getting a good start on the restarts there saved me a lot too. Just the overall the control zone was honestly what saved me there at the end. So my main focus was don't spin it turning into turn one, and just continue to get good jumps. Once I got a good jump, I felt like if we could make it the next 10-15 laps, whatever, I could win. So definitely got nervous there though at the end with Andrew right behind me on fresh tires, and actually kind of glad that one final caution came out, because then we went to a green-white-checkered and I could just kind of pull away there for 2 laps.
Yeah,
I think I was gonna say, I think we were talking about that, and I said, maybe if there was still about 5 or 6 laps to go, I think Andrew probably would have been able to run you down. But given the fact that it was that green-white-checkered, there just again wasn't enough time. I mean, you're just so pinpoint accurate on your lines that it made it hard to do it that quick.
Yep. Yeah, and there was a time too towards the end there where Alex Skates restarted in the lead, and I was on his outside, and Tef got by me, and then I'm like, oh my God, I got to get by both these guys, and the tire fall off really just it wasn't as bad towards the end, but then I started to use kind of the bottom line, and was able to squeeze by both of them there, and then they started battling each other really, really hard. So just kind of all, like I said, worked out perfect, but cautions almost got me. They almost got me, man. I tell you what, it's one of those moments where you love iRacing and you love getting to do this every night, but that's one of the moments where you're just like, man, why me? Why does this happen to me?
Yeah, I was gonna say the only negative part that I had to say really about your run tonight was, it wasn't 10 seconds.
I was once I realized after that first stint that there were only 3 or 4 cars on the lead lap, I was like, damn, if that went all the way green, and if a 2-stop worked out perfectly, I maybe could have done it. I really like that track now. I put a lot of effort and work into that track. So
definitely showed.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I want to shout out Go Racing Diecast, first of all, being on the car, Chuck and everyone over there, selling diecast out of his home, and runs a great company with promo codes and gets you all the diecasts over there. Of course, you guys for broadcasting, Bryce coming in here halfway through the year, really appreciate it. Russ, who's been here the whole year, doing a great job. Of course, Adrenaline teammates, so really appreciate you, and our teamwork, everyone at Adrenaline, John McNeil, John Ross, Nate Brzezowski, Lane Phillips, everyone who races with us there. And yeah, Andrew for putting on the league. I mean, we got league racing every single night of the week almost, and always fun, always respectful, and always a good time. So shout out to everyone here.
All right, and well, I will let you go. Good job coming on with the win tonight, man.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Congrats, brother.
That was Zach Lockett, the race winner. Go over the top 5. Lockett, Andrew Teff, Troy Thomas, Kinsley Smith, and Richard Ode. How was the racing from your point of view? I did not expect tires to start popping, but evidently, I think they probably changed the way they drove after that.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be tricky for some of these guys. I mean, it's that the flat, that flat track kind of almost like the, what am I thinking of? The hairpin type of a racetrack, kind of like Martinsville there. just a little bit bigger. But I mean, this track's always a struggle. You know, you think it's easy because it's only, you know, it's a 1 mile oval, but it's kind of got a character all of its own, and that character definitely showed itself tonight. I mean, we had that, you know, really good long, you know, what, 65, 70 lap stretch there of green flag racing, you know, before the caution came out, and then, you know, the guys got those fresh tires after the caution, and then, you know, kept seeing guys getting loose, and you know, just the product of this track. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of got that, you know, personality all of its own, and it definitely showed up and showed out here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Some guys were able to handle it, others weren't, but it wasn't a bad race overall. But I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. I will let y'all go. Hopefully, we will see you here soon.